Lazevo likes to talk about life while he's shooting people in the face. Lazevo.
What is going on, everybody? It's Lazevo here, looking at some Halo beta gameplay. Halo beta's been over for a while, but kind of been sitting on this gameplay, just waiting for something to talk about, waiting for some time to talk about things. So I don't put out too many videos. Everybody's like, "Are you still doing your channel?" And I'm like, you know, I kind of do it on my own time now. I got a new job, I got things going on, you know. I'm busy being a dad, all that fun stuff. So this is my hobby. It's not my life. And for those of you that are still around watching my videos, I appreciate you guys, you know. And it's just one of those things that I'm just gonna do it on my own time, you know. And sometimes the videos are gonna come in bunches, and sometimes there's gonna be big breaks. It's just how life is for me. But anyway, what I want to talk to you guys about today is something that I think everybody's. I don't know. I feel like it's at the breaking point in gaming. I don't know if we're ever gonna be able to do anything about it, but what I'm talking about is DLC, and the evidence of that is the new game that's out, Evolve. I think this is it's unprecedented in terms of how it's handling the DLC issue. And the reason I say that is because if you want to get everything at release, including all the monsters and all the heroes and weapons, and I don't know what else is in there. I'll be honest and say I didn't even buy the game, and this is probably a reason I won't buy the game, you know, unless something drastic changes. But if you want to get everything that's available to you at release, it'll cost you $136. That's a third of the price of the Xbox system. You know, if you can pass on that game and be a third of your way to buying just a whole nother Xbox. I know the game is revolutionary, and when I say that because there's not anything that's really quite like it out there, which is awesome, but it's not $136 awesome. I mean, I'm an engineer by day, and there's a cost benefit to things that you learn real quick. It's like there's design trade-offs and there's a cost benefit to things, and at some point it becomes not worth it. I don't care how many hours you have to put into the game or how much you like it. It's a little ridiculous what they're doing in the gaming industry. I feel like people are getting fed up with it. And one of the things I was thinking about is it's kind of my own little internal solution. And I'm wondering how the financials of this would work out. But my thought was, if I pre-order the game and buy the game at full retail price at release, why should I not be entitled to the entire game, including DLCs, weapons, camos, all of that? And the reason I say that is, if you want to charge DLC, charge it to the guy that's buying the game at a discount price later on. Somebody that didn't go out there and suffer through your launch issues and be a free beta tester for you. Because that's essentially what we're doing. A lot of these games are releasing at launch. They're not even complete. We have multiplayer bugs, game connection issues, we have rendering issues and frame rate drops and all of this stuff that gets patched later. So the guy that comes along in a few months and buys the game for, you know, $30 or $20 or whatever, he doesn't have to suffer through any of that. And then he buys all the DLC, and now we're at the same level. I just think, like, our reward should be, if you're one of the early adopters, if you pre-order the game, if you're providing this free beta test service, which is essentially what we're doing, we should be entitled to the full game. And I'm wondering how this works out financially, because if you followed that model, if you did that, I believe you'd get a lot more pre-orders and a lot more full retail price purchases. If someone knows, if I purchase this game at $60, and that entitles me to everything that they're ever going to come out with for this game. If I love it, that's an amazing deal. Now you take a game like Evolve, and I'm getting $136 worth of content for $60. And that's my reward for being there, being on board with the product from day one. And I bet you there'd be a lot more people that would be willing to do that day one purchase, knowing that I can go out and download everything for this game, and so there's a risk reward there. Again, I'm talking risk reward, right? So the risk is the game sucks and now I spent $60. The reward is if it's awesome, I only spent $60. And so you're putting that on the consumer. And I think somehow I think the financials of this would work out as good or maybe even better for a lot of games. And I don't understand why we can't implement something like this. I just think, I don't know if we're ever going to get together enough as gamers and say enough's enough, and we're not going to do it. You know, you take a game like Call of Duty, something that so many people are addicted to and so many people are looking forward to every year. I don't know that we're ever going to break the cycle. There's too many people that are like, I got to have it. I got to play it. The new game's out. I want it. And so you're never going to get them to say, no, I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to suffer through this. A game like Evolve is brand new, and there's people that just say, hey, I'm never going to pick that thing up because of this. And I can see that. But you have franchises out there that you know, they got people by the balls, to use the expression. You know, they just pull you around, and it's like the bull with the little ring in his nose, and you can just, you know, minimal force takes you wherever you want to go, and that's what I think. That's the situation we're at. I don't know how we get together enough as gamers to change things, to change the industry, but somebody needs to do it. And I don't think we have to. The power's with the people, just like everything in life, right? We have to figure out a way to get this done, and just say enough's enough. I don't know. I'm just getting fed up with it. And you know what's ironic about the whole thing is, I have the cash flow more so now than I've ever had in my life. So buying that stuff is not the issue. It's the principle of the matter. I remember when I didn't have money to go out and blow, when I could only buy a couple games a year and they had to be good. And you take somebody in that situation, I mean, you're limiting the number of games that people can buy in a year if you run out of money. You know, you only have so much money to spend. And this is a way to reward people for not only believing in your product and your company and your video game, but in you know, being an early adopter, rewarding them for their purchase. So I don't know. That's just my thoughts. If you guys have any ideas on how you think this DLC should work, leave them in the comments. Let me know if I'm off base. Talk to you later.